Hi, Piyali. So, first of all, congratulations. How does it feel now, reaching that
Like
finish line?
I just have very Nathan's words me. I just feel like very blessed. In between, I also was getting I was okay getting lesser plays and all of that
Mm.
because that time I was struggling. So I was like, yeah, whatever comes my way, I'm going to take it. But then I actually, but somehow the universe worked in a way. And actually, I got my dream job and the role that I was actually looking for. So yeah, I just can't be happier. Yeah, that's. I would also say after joining course and all, and then the community later on, at least what I was looking for is that to talk to someone who wants to a lot of times the job seekers need someone to talk to, and then I had you, and also during the Wednesday sessions I also saw the other job seekers, so you at least feel less alone, like you don't feel like you are alone in this journey, and that gives a lot of comfort. So you and I guess the community was a great help. At least I knew that if I'm like in a day when I was like there were day when I was like very very down, and I joined this Wednesday class,
Yes.
the and I was like feeling uplifted because I saw like, okay, I'm not alone in this. There are other people who are struggling as
Yes, yes,
me, and let's just be okay with it. So yeah,
yes.
thank you for creating that space for many job seekers. Yeah.
Hi, Piyali. So, first of all, congratulations for getting to the finish line, right?
Thanks at all. Yeah.
How does it feel now that after many months you tried, didn't happen, but you really tried hard, I'm sure. So we'll get to know more about it. But how does it feel now, reaching that
Like
finish line?
I just have very Nathan's words me. I just feel like very blessed and relieved and happy all over. Like I'm just and blessed more or less because yeah, the way everything happened, and I think yeah, and it kind of I was I in between I also was getting I was okay getting lesser plays and all of that
Mm.
because that time I was struggling. So I was like, yeah, whatever comes my way, I'm going to take it. But then I actually, but somehow the universe worked in a way. And
Yeah.
actually, I got my dream job and the role that I was actually looking for. So yeah, I just can't be happier. Yeah, that's
Amazing. So would like to know more about the journey, okay? Because what happens, everyone's destination is different, okay? But
yeah,
the journey is that matters.
yeah,
And you said like I mean, the universe conspired for you, right? So you really
exactly,
wanted this, and but you went through a down time as well, right? So would
totally.
like to know. But before Piyali, what were you doing before this job, or what are you doing now? And
Right.
what was your dream destination?
So currently, I work with a non-profit as the IT manager, and I am with this organization for the last 7.5 years. I have had a enormous journey with this organization, and I have learned and grown a lot professionally. And yeah, but then I was at a point in my career that I wanted to get a raise at the same time, get a role that I think I was capable of doing, the role of the CTO, which will be one role
Okay.
higher than what I'm doing. So yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
Awesome.
the IT manager. I was looking to be a chief technical officer or in the with I wanted to be in the senior leadership because I really think and I know that I have it in me to be there at this point. So yeah, that's what I was aiming for. Yeah, and yeah, it happened.
Now you got it. You got
Yeah,
the CTO role and in IT organization, not in a
yeah.
non-profit, right?
It's a
So
technical consultancy for NGOs. Yes.
perfect, perfect. So, you're moving from an NGO to now an IT company, but of course,
Yeah.
which works for
Catering to
NGOs.
NGO. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So kind of a lateral move, you can say, bit in the industries.
Exactly. And I was also during my search as well, I was actually okay getting lesser paid or even similar or any increment that someone was giving. I was okay with it because I kind of was also struggling with the fact that NGOs or the typical social sector will have a
Yes.
budget constraint and a limited pay. And I was like, okay, then I just have to be okay with it because if what you're looking for doesn't even exist, then what do? You just have to be okay with where you are.
Yes,
So I was
yes.
kind of getting preparing myself. At the same time, I was also looking for this tech companies. But then yeah, this happened, and I'm like, yeah, super happy about it. What?
Sometimes you sell yourself short, right? Isn't it? I mean, you're okay
Exactly.
with getting whatever you get. But then what is the salary hike you finally got?
So I got a salary hike of 50%. So and which is 50%. I was expecting 30 to 40, and even during our interview and conversation, I said 30 to 40. I would have been even okay with a 20-25 hike or even no hike, because I was at that point. I was saying it because I wanted to say it, but then I got a 50% hike without any questions, anything asked, and all of that.
Now, coming to the job search journey, so
Yeah,
I still remember our first one-on-one call, and you had made it very clear that you would want to change career to an IT company,
yeah,
but always not. I mean, I think you have never worked in an IT organization,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like not a typical developer or an engineer going
exactly.
through a developer, project manager, team leader type of roles, right? So I think was that one of your weaker links, you can say, along the way?
I don't think that was a weaker link, but because so even though I haven't worked in a typical software company, but then the type of role that I was looking for,
Yes.
I knew that although I have not worked in a software company, but I know how to get work done in a software project, and I can move everything around, and I can just deliver project, train people, and get things done. So I was very much, but then at the same time, when I started applying, and I got a couple of good interviews where I thought like my things are matching and all of that. Everything was matching except one thing, and I got really disappointed after that. Okay, they wanted someone who have coded before to manage the coders. So when
Yeah.
someone,
Yeah.
so that
That's
was
what
the
I
only
meant actually, that you
exactly
do not have that
had the
typical
coding
career
experience.
trajectory.
Yeah,
And it's not a weak link in the sense your
yeah,
competitors had that, right? Like, so,
exactly.
you would always get compared with a typical engineer who
Yeah.
rose up the ranks and
So
coding that.
they
Yeah.
were like, I we want someone to manage the coders, because when someone have in-house software team or a set of coders or set of software developers, they would want the managers to work through that same path to know about the whereabouts. So I think, but that happened twice. Apart from that, I got an offer. I was also ready to join in almost the same salary and all of that, but then that didn't also ended up maturing because the work hours and the
Okay.
uh, and the Sunday, Saturday would also be a working day. Monday would be alternatively holiday, which would not work with my personal schedules and all of that. So yeah, like it was a lot of disappointment, if nothing else. Yeah, later on, I'll be honest, I kept doing this for a year or more, even more than a year, and at towards the end of like maybe 3-4 months back, I was just like, I'm taking a break, and I'm just trying to I'll just try to understand how to be happy in this moment. So I started counting my blessings in the current job, which is
Yeah.
before prior to that I was only seeing the negative because that was only evident. But I started to shift my focus from observing, because I'm like, I don't know when it's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
no, like there's no point sitting over it over 1 or 2 years. So I just started to observe and just be thankful that I have a job that provides for me and all of that. So that happened, and alongside, I also started thinking that I still know and I believe that there's a certain earning potential that I have. There's a certain value and skill that I bring to the place, and if
Yeah.
there is no one in the market, I have to create the space for myself. So I also started working on my couple of projects that I want to do eventually, maybe someday. Like yeah, so I started focusing on those things. Thinking about what's good in this job, because obviously in any bad situation there would be some good things, right? So I was doing that, and then I was also like, "Chalo, mere ko, like I have to build my own business and pay myself if nobody else is willing to pay me what I want." So
Yeah.
these are the two trajectories that I was on, and I was completely given up on the job search. I'm like, मैं actively नहीं कर रही हूँ. if it comes, I was like randomly कभी मैंने वो schedule
Yeah.
बनाना, हफ्ते में 2 series भेजना, 10 भेजना, I left all that thing 3-4 महीने पहले. I'm like, I'm going to focus on the current job, what I have in hand and what I can build. The job search I will keep doing it based on, it was not actively kuch aayega
Mm-hmm.
to I'm going to apply, but
Yeah.
otherwise I'll be happy with in my life, and I'll start creating another passive stream of income or whatever. I was just thinking in the different direction. Okay, if this is the struggle, then there are other ways to solve this, right?
So before this juncture where you sort of gave up, how many
Yeah,
months you really tried hard for the?
6 महीने उससे पहले 6 महीने I was like on, like I exhausted myself. सैटरडे संडे
Wow.
बैठ के मैं सीवी करती रहती थी. रात को 12-1 बजे तक मैं अपना सीवी एडिट करती थी. आई वॉज एडिटिंग सीवी बेस्ड ऑन ईच जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, एंड दैट वाज लाइक hell of a job, hell of a task, because like if you have to
Yes.
customize your CV for each application. But I was doing that all for nothing. 6 महीने से मैं कर रही थी, and I was like, and I was exhausted. Like I was literally exhausted. I couldn't do it
Yeah.
no more. So I'm like, मैं अपने business करने पे ध्यान दूंगी. I'm gonna focus on
And
starting something. Yeah.
during that time, did you get interviews and then got rejected in the sense because of the
हाँ
lacuna in
हाँ.
your application?
So interviews मिले थे, but 2 interviews ऐसे थे that I said that they wanted coders, but
Yes.
and then the 2 of them were timing issues and all. I got the offer, but then timing and जो
Yes.
leave policies थे, and I'm glad that I haven't joined now because then I wouldn't have been looking for this one. So yeah, 2 offers भी मिले थे and 2 rejection भी मिले थे, but apart from that, I have applied in like 1,000, मतलब 100-200 होगा या फिर ज्यादा होगा, but only 4 interviews. Like hit ratio is not even 2-3%, and I did everything in my capacity, Harshad. I'm just telling you. I was
Wow.
I would read each line. मैं उसको जेडी को मैं वर्ड में लाती थी.
Yeah.
उसके बाद उसका जो पॉइंट्स है उसको बुलेट्स में लाती थी. उसके बाद अपने स्किल्स को मैच करती थी. It was a hell of a task. Like yeah,
But you
but
stuck with it, right? Like that's the most
I did.
important part, right? I mean, and how did it go on networking side or on LinkedIn side in that time?
तो लिंक्डइन में ना आई स्टार्ट लिंक्डइन में जॉब एप्लीकेशन करना बकवास है, क्योंकि 200 500 लोग अप्लाई अप्लाई
Yes,
करते हैं.
yes, yes.
So then LinkedIn में the other route is by reaching out to network and all of that. So वो भी मैंने किया. मैंने LinkedIn प्रीमियम ट्राई किया 1 महीने तक, एंड वो उस 1 महीने मैंने हर एक रिक्रूटर को भी मेल किया. लाइक वो जो फ्री में देते हैं
Yes.
LinkedIn प्रीमियम 1 month फ्री ट्रायल और वट एवर, उस 1 महीने I got super active on LinkedIn. I was messaging and I was trying every other thing. I reached out to my old connection and all of that. Uh, 1 महीने में एग्जॉस्ट हो गई. उसके बाद then I realized LinkedIn is also like Facebook. It's kind of getting addictive क्योंकि you then
Hmm.
scroll through things. And I'm like, I need a social media detox, and I stopped LinkedIn altogether. अब तो मैं हफ्ते में एक दिन कभी गलती से चली जाती हूँ. I'm like, it's not helping in me getting my job. Rather than it's
Wow.
taking away my time, and it's
Wow.
exhausting me. So yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I remember reaching out to you at that time. Actually, you said the same thing that you are
Yeah.
trying enough, but somehow you are not able to break that, and you are taking a break. You said the same thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember that time. So what happened? So suddenly, you found an opportunity. Suddenly, what
Yes.
happened?
So, as I said, I was not actively looking. I was focusing on the job that I had in hand, and I was also focusing on working through a couple of business plans that I have. And I wanted to, like, I was literally, I had it like maybe 50-60% of the product ready, and I
Sure.
was just thinking all of the ways to market that and all of that. वो complete नहीं हुआ. Before that, I'm on a group, WhatsApp group, and so there I saw a post, somebody asking NGOs to apply for their to a project where they help NGOs and help them to build their technology infrastructure.
Okay.
They were
Okay.
not recruiting. Yeah, they're not recruiting, but they're calling NGOs to apply to be a part of this project to get help with their technology needs.
So they were looking for customers, right? Indirectly,
Yeah,
not
exactly. Not someone to
amazing.
work for them. So
Amazing.
I saw that, and I'm in part of this group, and I have been also like a good contributor in a way. Like for example, when people ask questions, I do reply when I know. Obviously,
Mm.
I would not say when I don't know. the answer, but I used to also be a contributor to this group, and I just replied to that job poster, that not the job
Yes.
poster, the application, the customer seeking company, like that I would like to apply for this role because that's what I do for a living. That's actually what I said. Like, this is what I do day in and day out, and I just saw this thing. I know you are asking for NGOs to apply, but is there a way I can apply to be the CTO and work for the company? And he said, okay, we would be looking forward to
Wow.
actually we will open the recruitment soon. Why don't you send your CV? So yeah, and it went from there. I forwarded my
Wow.
CV, and then yeah. So
See,
then
Piyali,
they
this is a
followed.
true entrepreneurial mindset, right? That you hit a, I mean, you hit a roadblock, major roadblock.
Yeah,
You didn't give up actually. You just change
no,
your strategy,
yeah,
right? You started, okay, let me enjoy the current work and also look for some side hustle opportunities. Then also, when you saw some opportunity, you tried to convert that into,
yeah.
so bravo, really amazing. Amazing.
So yeah,
So
I guess.
happy.
Like, I don't know, like I was not even looking for it, but when I just saw that post, it just spoke to me, and I said, okay, let me just reach out. इससे पहले मैं एक चीज और भी करती थी. आई एम श्योर अदर जॉब सीकर्स आर आल्सो अवेयर ऑफ इट कि मेरे को ना परफेक्शनिज्म के बड़ा कीड़े हैं. सो आई एम लाइक, even before writing a message, I would like to come to my desktop, write it on a word, rewrite it 1,000 times, and then send it. And I'm like, ditch it. ऐसे तो I will never get anything done. So I just took my phone. I saw that post. I started doing that now. I took my phone. I typed whatever came into my mind and just sent. Like, अब लाइक नहीं तो मैं ऐसे सोचती भी रहती थी कि 2 दिन में मैं इसको रिप्लाई बैक करूंगी, बट देन दो दिन कभी आता नहीं था
Sure.
बिकॉज यू गेट
Sure.
बिजी इन योर लाइफ. सो देन I guess that was also one of the things that was I guess I just have to get rid of that the perfectionist wala thing, because that comes in my way in many ways. Yeah.
I think you got exhausted because of that as well, probably. You
Yeah.
did too much, I would say.
I did too
Little
much.
too much.
I know I did too much because see, so there was once a time tha when one of my sisters said that she was looking for a job and she was not getting it, and I remember I said कि, I don't think you're doing enough, because मुझे लगा कि तू सारी अभी उसको ट्राई नहीं करे ना, like you can literally go and drop your CV to a nearby office. Like, I'm just saying कि
Yeah.
if you're that desperate, you have to use all your
Yes.
measures, and I was
Yes.
that
Yes.
desperate, so I was using all my measures and I was using everything in my capacity, and I exhausted myself in that. You're right.
Little more. I mean, as I said, being a
Little,
perfectionist, you
yeah,
got exhausted a little more.
exactly.
But PL is like they say, winners don't get lucky.
Yeah,
They just try so much that they get lucky. We feel they get lucky, but it's like, so you can call this particular opportunity as luck,
not,
but because you
yeah,
had tried everything,
exactly,
sometimes because of that you saw that opportunity, or it was not even an opportunity,
exactly,
actually you saw an opportunity in that.
exactly.
So that mindset is simply amazing, and I'm sure uh, I see that's what it is, right? I mean, it's not then fluke, it's not a luck, it's like you can turn anything into an
Yeah,
opportunity for you
I,
and your life. Amazing. And how did this interview process
so
go?
the interview process was quite hectic, to say the least. Like, I was talking to one person from the team, like 3 दिन लगातार I was talking to someone from the team. ये 3-4 दिन लगातार चलते रहे, and I was also doing my office. And then
Yes.
घर आके I'm just taking this interview call, and in between I just have to wrap my head around, little bit preparing, look up the interviewer, and read more and more about the
Yes.
organization and all of that. So it
Yes.
was quite hectic, but then 3-4 दिन में चला, but they were very quick. तो 4 दिनों में 4 लोगों से बात हुआ in the evening only, and they made it very quick that we like you. When are you coming on? But I'm like, I have a 2 month notice, and then they even said we will buy 1 month of your notice. So like, it was like they wanted me, I wanted them. It was like a match made in heaven. So yeah,
It seems like that. From your smile also it seems like
I
that,
know.
but you're blushing as well.
Exactly. So yeah.
Soon we should start a job portal with dating like environment, actually. I
Ah,
should not say that, but it's like, really, I mean, when it sticks, it sticks, right? Like
exactly.
both of the people should want each other.
Exactly.
uh, it should not be like, oh, I mean, I have an opening, let's try you. It's not, should not be like that. And same with you, right? That you should not feel like I have a good job. Am I leaving it for something worse, actually,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there is a tension, right? Like, how will that be? Will I be making a bad move?
So
I don't know,
a
right?
couple of things I inquired during the interview that
Yes.
made me even like, I'm like, it's not only transparency or the type of the leadership that or the pay things and all of that that I was impressed
Mm-hmm.
with. I was also impressed. I said, okay, what's the work timing? They said, okay, we give you 2 to 3 NGOs to work with, and you help them to build their technology and data infrastructure. But then it's up to you how you schedule and structure your day around. And I was like, okay, that's great. So it's not 9 to 5. Aapko aana hai, jana hai. Like, we are adults. We don't need babysitters as our managers. I'm totally capable of running my own show. So
Yeah.
they said that it's on you. Like, it's your project. You have NGOs to work with. You figure it out with them that how and when you work. So
Perfect,
they have
perfect.
that type of
So it's like they
flexibility.
are giving you
Yeah,
ownership, right? Like you are
exactly.
responsible, you take it, completely, and doesn't matter how you do it. It's like end
Exactly.
result is important. But
So I
Piyali,
was
they saw
also,
that in you. Okay, it's not
I know.
easy to be or do like this. Okay, many people want a fixed schedule, or many people want instructions. So they saw that. I mean, they might not have selected. If they must have asked you, right? Like, I think
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have your own website. You have been doing some side projects.
Yes.
They must have seen that spark of being an entrepreneur in you. And that's what I keep saying, like entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial mindset means what, right? Like,
Yeah.
you feel your company's customer as your customer. You
Yeah.
take complete
Yeah.
responsibility of that, your action, your output, and don't complain, right? Like, whatever it takes to complete that one. It's
Exactly.
amazing. Really, really happy for that. And if uh, one thing you would like to tell others in the community, what would that be?
I think in really the hardest thing was like the disappointment,
Mm.
the low times, the time when you will keep applying but you'll not hear back. You'll put all the efforts that you have, everything that you have ever learned, but it's still not getting to, like, it's not maturing. So I think in those time you have to like just start like ye sabke sath hone wala hai. I guess this is how the world works, like
Yes.
that. So disappointments and low times, during those times you just have to like think about ek to like you might need a break, you might need rest. You are not a machine. Even machine needs to be turned off once in a while.
Yes.
So you give yourself that flexibility and the freedom to take a break. Usme don't get into guilt of I'm not trying enough, because you have been, because you know that you can open and see your sent inbox and you will see the thousands of applications are going.
Yes.
So just give yourself that break, and at the same time also like Harshad, you said it to me and it just stuck to me. It still does. Okay, don't don't be fixated on the outcome, because outcome is something that you don't have your control on. Just be consistent with your inputs and your intentions. So I guess yeah, like nobody can like how if I was not getting a job, so if that like if I get a get selected in another company, that is actually not in my hand. But what is in my hand is to send CVs, look for application, and look for ways. And as long as you're doing that, just be graceful and just be kind to yourself. And
Yeah.
just because I sometimes don't do that, so yeah, this GAN is also for me to take, because I also don't give myself that yeah, I also go into guilt. So I guess the other job seekers will also be going through the low times and also having
Yes.
guilt when they're taking a break. So don't do that. Just take a break when you need it to.
Exactly. And I also like the fact that you started loving your current job. That's
Yeah,
always a good thing, right? See, very few or very less chance that people get into very wrong jobs, in the sense,
exactly.
their mental health is getting deteriorated, or they're getting bullied, abused. That is a very special case, right? Otherwise, generally, it's an okay environment, right? You
Okay,
should not hate
situation,
it.
huh?
Otherwise,
Yeah,
you actually put that negativity in yourself, right?
exactly,
So,
exactly.
as you
And
said,
even
you
if
were
and
grateful
even if
for.
someone is bullying, even if someone is bullying, but you need that pay, right? You need that money to come to your house. So then find ways to deal with that, tackle with that.
Exactly. At least
Cheating is
during the
not an
time
option.
you
Yeah,
get the next job, right? Till that time, at
exactly.
least be content with whatever is happening.
Exactly,
uh,
exactly,
it gives you that positive energy to use it in the job search, right? Otherwise, you
exactly.
will get exhausted by just that negativity
So
around
I started being happy for, yeah, I have this job where I get paid, and I can not only run my family, I can also do some amount of luxury, and I don't want and then I have my ghar running with this salary. I have my savings doing. There are so many people who don't even have a job. Then I also have a fixed schedule. Like I don't have to work or kill myself to a lot of maybe corporate professional do. They do like overwork all the time. So
it.
I'm like, yeah, these are things to be thankful about, like that you have a good paying job that does the pay you bills and also leave you with money to enjoy your life. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, Piyali. Thank you so much for openly sharing your
You're
journey
most
with all of
welcome.
us. And I mean, my best wishes. And our relation, our journey doesn't end, right?
I
You
know
are part of
totally.
this community for life. So we'll be happy to, host you again. Maybe
Sure.
after your promotion, maybe after getting
Yeah,
any next thing,
I
next
know.
thing in your journey. So stay connected.
Sure, totally. And yeah, and also like to like last but not the least, I would also say like after joining this like after joining your course and all, and then the community later on, at least like what I was looking for is that to talk to someone who wants to like a lot of times the job seekers need someone to talk to, and then I had you, and also during the Wednesday sessions, I also saw the other job seekers. So you at least feel less alone. Like you don't feel like you are alone in this journey, and that gives a lot of comfort. So Harsha, thank you for doing this. I'm sure,
Pleasure.
and also like the pricing that you have kept, like I don't know, like it's super affordable because
Hmm.
like there are like I'm sure there are other people who might be charging there are courses like Mind Valley and all of that. Wo
Hmm.
sare so they sell it like in dollars 500 1000 and all
Yeah.
of that like, and I'm like, how can someone working class
Yes.
professional, that's my 1 month salary, like wow, how can I just
Yes.
pay it, like so you kept it so affordable, and at the same time I was able to come to this with just by paying like nothing, almost to nothing, I was able to be part of the community, and I felt
Yes.
like less alone in this journey.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I could message you, I could email you my resume, and you were there to help me. So, and
Yes.
also there was this Wednesday sessions where I
Yes.
could also talk to the other job seekers. So it
Yes.
made a huge difference. I was going through my downtime not because of any of anything, like you only helped me. It was because I was exhausting myself with all my finickiness and OCDs. But then you only
No,
helped
it's
me.
a
Yeah,
it's a journey, right? See, all of us have to go through that. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
this community, such, I mean, a coach will help you get there faster. That's all. But there is
yeah.
always a journey for all of us.
So you and I guess the community was a great help. At least I knew that if I'm like in a day when I was like there were day when I was like very very down, and I joined this Wednesday class
Yes.
the and I was like feeling uplifted because I saw like okay, I'm not alone in this. There are other people who are struggling as
Yes. Yes.
me, and let's just be okay with it. So yeah,
Yes.
thank you for creating that space for many job seekers. Yeah.
Thank you. My pleasure.